What up, everybody? Happy Friday. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. And with all my intent to send out the text message, I did not send out the text message. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part. If you're coming in, make sure you share because obviously I have failed at sharing with my text community. So I am sharing with my text community right now. I thought I did in my head. I did almost. Kinda, sorta. No, you did not. So thank you guys. Freestyle Friday. You know how we do. We're gonna talk about everything. Still got my trivia swag. I might pull that out. Have some conversation. Got some good stuff happening. All right, we're in here. Yes, indeed. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Lisa. It's funny, Jeff. You sent me a message in Messenger. It didn't come up in on my phone, but it did show on the computer. So I don't know what that's all about. Technology. You just like, just gotta check it out for it's technology. So I'm gonna check out what you sent me. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for hanging with us all week long. Right. Interest Interesting. Um, we're gonna go ahead and get started, dig into some news, see how you guys feel. Um, yeah, let's go. So make sure you share. Make sure you share. Tag somebody. Tag, tag, and then tag again, and then text somebody. Then text them again. All right, be right back.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
All right. Oh,
Wow. Jesus.
okay. Pastor may need to turn the phone down just a tad, just a wee bit.
Is something going on?
It's Pastor got his echo happening. All right. Yeah, still kind of rough. All right, so we welcome to another edition. Appreciate you guys for being here again. So me and Bob Marley, aka Kaneem, was having a discussion, guys, and we're gonna probably dig into it and get into it again. But
Tell me how it goes.
well, actually, I'm gonna let Kaneem is better at telling stuff. What's your issue? What's your thought today, Kaneem?
Freestyle Friday. So my thought today is that is it even? I don't know if it's. It might just be me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm real anal about this particular subject. You know what I'm saying? Should you or should you not tip when getting takeout?
Should you or should you not tip when you getting takeout?
Yeah. And another little added caveat to that.
Okay.
It should you tip at the drive-through.
Right. Should you tip at the drive-through? That's the thought.
I just ran into this and somebody when I went to takeout, the lady looked like I was supposed to tip. Like she was trying to guilt me into tipping. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean? What you think?
Like I mean, she's looking at me while I'm shy, like looking at me and looking down at looking at me and looking down.
You missed that line.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I quickly put that little yeek one line on it. You know what I'm saying? Giving you no tip. I'm already paying you for the food. What am I gonna tip you for?
Right.
I had to walk in here. I had to get out of my car, close my door, turn on my alarm,
Right.
and open. I'm not tipping you for that. Now, if you came curbside,
Right.
That might have been something different.
Right, you came outside, did a little
Yeah,
work.
you know, a little extra, but
Right.
not tipping you for takeout.
Okay, so Jeff is that dude. Jeff, he said I thought about tipping the takeout. He said I always do. Always do.
Oh no, Jill. Do you tip the man that bag your groceries too?
Mm.
Jill, since you tipping everybody, Jill.
You see how I took it there. See, you tipping everybody.
Yeah, since you tipping everybody, when you go to Publix or Kroger's or I don't know what y'all got on the West Coast. Do y'all even got Applebee? I mean, Safeway? I don't know what y'all got over there. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think it's Alfred's. I don't know. Well, do you tip when you go to the grocery store and get your groceries, man? When you get in line and the cashier pay, when your groceries go into that bag, do you give a little something?
Some on the side. Do you tip? Yeah, that's the question too. Do you tip with groceries? But that drive-through thing, do you feel obligated to tip in the drive-through? Now, for the most part, most drive-throughs aren't tip designed, but like the franchise McDonald's, Wendy's, and all them. But the and shout out to you if you hand over some extra cash, let me know. But like I went to a semi-formal restaurant that had a drive-through, and of course on the line I had a tip line, and I'm like, Kadeem, I don't do the swipe, I do the swipe with the zero. Cover the line, zero.
I give one line, just
okay.
He nothing
over here. They
Safeway. Okay,
they cut out baggers.
Wow.
They cut out baggers. Wow.
So sorry. Really? Wow. Okay.
Sorry for the story.
They make you bag your own groceries over there at Safeway. Huh?
Or does the cashier do it? Good morning, Philip. Good morning, brother. Hey, Mama Corey. Great morning to you.
Morning, everybody.
Yeah. So, Pastor, how do you feel tipping the baggers?
I don't have any issue with tipping folks.
Hold on. You know what's so funny? Everyone got like, I want to make it clear. I'm not against tipping. No.
I'm not. And listen, because I have too many people that are connected to me that have been in those lines, in that line of work. I have a daughter right now working at a steakhouse. She makes like $2 an hour because she gets tips. She gets paid on tips.
Right.
So when I think about people who have to survive off of that, like driving, I know the price of fuel, of gas.
Right.
I know they're not making enough. So I have no problem tipping. I'm always going to tip. Now, sometimes it's a little tougher tipping an Uber driver, but I do it anyway.
Why is it tough?
Why is it tough?
Yeah.
Because that's what you signed up for. If I have no interaction with you,
okay,
and your job is to take me to where I'm going, then you get paid to take me where I'm going. Now, if you have conversation with me and I feel like talking, I love that because I always feel like talking.
Okay.
So I love talking drivers.
Right.
So I'll tip them. But my thing is, I'm always going to tip simply because I always believe in going above with somebody that's providing a service. Okay. That's just how, because I know good and well, I'm looking for a tip. And if your attitude says I'm looking for a tip, I'm going to tip you. As long as you don't show negativity, you're going to get something extra. You show me some negativity.
Let me ask you this, bro. The question is you going to tip your bagger for groceries?
No.
And is you going to tip your person for takeout?
Okay. So not specifically what I feel about tipping, but specifically a bagger at a grocery store.
I'm bagging you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Put your eggs on. I'll put your eggs nicely on top.
If all you did was put my groceries in the bag and handed it to me at the checkout,
yes.
No. But if you following me to the car with the cart,
right?
Oh yeah, that's totally different.
I'll throw you a little something.
Yeah, that's totally different. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough.
But
You
no,
went
at the
above and
counter,
beyond.
no, I'm not giving you anything. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
say
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
He said, I never.
Yeah, if you follow me all the way to the car and you pushing that buggy, I feel obligated to give you something.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
But putting groceries in the bag, I'm just going. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good day.
What if I offer?
Because it's gonna take too much time. I know how to put my wallet back in my pocket. I gotta hold my wallet out while you bag the groceries. Nah. And half the time, they're late coming to bag the groceries in these days. Right?
It's not enough baggers. I'm coming.
There's not enough baggers.
I'm hustling
You have
over
the
here,
person
brother.
checking you out and also having to bag the groceries, and then you see a bagger walk right past.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to get the carts. He is going to get the carts.
Yeah,
Oh.
man. Hey, boy, I try to tell you, that lady tried to guilt me into tipping her at that takeout spot, man. I was like, hold on now.
Right. He said, I think of it this way. They had to put all my food in the container and pack it up. I'm an over tipper, honestly. Nice.
Me too, Jeff. I'm an over tipper.
I ain't. I'll tell you that now. I ain't no over tipper. Don't get me wrong, I tip good, but that's if I'm. It's probably about 3 major places that I tip.
Right.
Now, one major place that I tip is anywhere that I sit down and eat, and I have a waitress or a waiter. I'm tipping.
Okay.
2, anytime I'm going to an establishment that requires valet, even if the valet is paid for,
Right.
I'm tipping for sure.
Yeah.
And 3, anytime somebody grab my luggage, even though I say I got it and they insist, I'm tipping. Them is probably the 3 places I'm gonna tip. Other than that, I'm not tipping nowhere else.
Yeah, I'm gonna tip. I like tipping people because I like putting smiles on people's faces.
I can do that with just making them laugh. I ain't
That's
got
a
to bring
little
no money.
jokey joke.
I ain't got to bring no money to
I'm gonna close my
I'll
if I want to laugh, I'll go
I'll
to the comedy
entertain.
show. Right here today, I'm trying to get paid.
Yeah, I can do that with a quick little side joke. Bam.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So yeah, I mean, I'm drive through. Yeah, I'm not tipping. Bagger. I think I may have tipped once or twice in my lifetime because they were like really nice and trying to make it organized. Restaurants. So yeah, I'm kind of frugal. You know, restaurants. You know, I have a scale. Like you got to wow me to get that extra tip past the. And he threw you in the same boat with him. He said, you and him.
Hey, Jeff know you. Jeff know you.
Yeah.
Jeff know you. Hey, Jeff all the way on the
just
West Coast.
challenged you.
He calling you out.
He challenged you.
Jeff, I thought we were like this, man.
Hey,
Come on.
hey,
And on a Friday, you say I'm not funny, Jeff. Come on.
Hey, he done done me the same way with my little my $1,500.
Oh, I know.
Get in.
He throwing it in there like
Get in.
every Oh man.
All right.
Oh.
I got 15 jokes today, Jeff.
Oh Lord Jesus, Jeff. We gotta go through it. We gotta endure the pain.
But like, see, when I think about tipping, I have family members with allergies, right?
Okay.
Food allergies. And so we're always asking for something unique. So I've always gotten into the habit of tipping people because it's going to be something that's off menu for us, you know? And I think that it when we show up and have the right attitude, it encourages people or incents them to accommodate us, right? My daughters think their mother and I are goofy because we're like that commercial. Hi, they have a name tag. What's your name? How are you doing today? No, they at work. No, they don't feel like being bothered. They just trying to serve you and get done.
Right.
But I love when you trigger somebody's attitude.
Right.
From negative to positive from I'm just here to, oh, somebody fluffy today. Right. I love that. I love watching that transformation happen when you have a wait person and you know they tired.
Right.
And you let them know at the beginning of the meal, you do right, You're gonna be
I
taken
got you.
care of. Yeah. And then you get the right treatment throughout the meal, and then you reward them afterwards. That's the stuff that I look for.
Well, let me ask you this: what's the most you ever tipped?
I've tipped 100%.
Mm.
Well,
I've
that's
matched
not a
the-
dollar. That's not a dollar amount. What's the?
I've
what's
matched the bill.
Well, I mean, the bill could have been $50, and it was it $50? Was $50 your
I've
max
matched
tip?
the $50 bill with a $50 tip.
That's the most.
No,
What?
no,
Because you
I've
get
made
to-
somebody. I think the biggest tip I've ever given somebody is probably $100.
Okay.
Maybe 50. Mine maybe 50. Yeah.
Yeah, $100, and it made someone's day. I've done that more than once, and it definitely makes, because people don't expect it.
Yeah.
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 And those are moments where I'm led to do it, where you can tell it's going to make a real difference for somebody
Right.
just based on their conversation. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not that ain't often. That's happened like twice in my adulthood.
What about you, Kaneem?
Oh, it's been way more than $100. Tell you
Yeah.
that.
Uh-uh.
Way more.
No, I
On
haven't.
several
In
occasions.
in one setting.
In one, well,
Oh, you was having a good.
in one night, yeah.
You was having a good
Yeah.
time.
In one night, yeah. It's been more, yeah. I think maybe $500.
Woo!
Nice.
Probably was.
I
Nice.
feel like
See,
Fred
Kinnear
Sanford
come
was having
through.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, and I got a bankroll in my pocket.
Well, see, y'all. Well, yeah, a few times.
A few times.
Yeah,
You've tipped
gotta
over
run.
$500 a few times.
yeah. Well,
I
Just
have
give
this
you-
business venture that I want to bring you into, Kaneem.
just to give you clarity.
Just get some clarity, brother. Context.
Just to give you some clarity. These was my strip club days.
Oh, see, to me, that's not tipping. That's just you paying for entertainment.
It ain't tipping. What you saying? What you saying? It ain't tipping. What?
All right. Moving right along. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Oh, that's a good one, I think, Rich. Let's see.
Philip,
He said,
what's
is it
going on,
wrong,
cuz?
Brian, to only tip if they give great service, polite, courteous, won't tip bad service? And will you tip
I have tipped bad
bad
service.
service and rudeness? Do you
Yes.
tip?
I've done that.
Man,
And the message is, I love you anyway.
Mm,
My hope is that maybe the next customer will get treated better.
After you treat them nicely, you treat them nicely.
Yeah,
It's they'll pay it forward.
it's a seed. My wife is not going to do that.
I didn't know you were counting lap dances.
hey, that's what they call it, a tip. That's what I'm calling it.
Phil's in them club days.
Yeah, you got that. Philip, no.
Philip,
no.
see, for Philip, now Philip had to go up to Chicago for something like that because
Oh man,
I don't know where they're doing that in Kankakee.
yeah. I've done maybe once or twice. I don't know, probably maybe a little more. Like they had rude when they were rude. Yeah, I probably did $1. I did change one time. I did change.
Yeah, I did $1 too.
Yeah,
Even if we got bad service now, since I've been with my wife, we gonna talk bad about you, but
Yeah.
we still gonna give you a tip.
right.
It ain't gonna be no 15-20% though,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's
no.
gonna be more than $1. But when I was by myself, I would quickly put $1 up there if I get some bad service. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole thing is if I'm asking you for something, because
Yeah.
I know you got a section. You feel what I'm saying? So I know you guys are kind of like cater to your section, and but if you see me looking at you and I've already had a request,
Right.
and then I'm already done with my food, and here you come with my request, I'm like, nah, you're not doing.
I judge on attitude. I judge on work. Like I can see like if it's busy or something. Like I like for that, I might give a pass. But just funky, because you're having a bad day or whatever's going on in your life, I'm asking and okay, all right. I'm about to say, okay. like
Right,
what?
right.
Wait.
Well, that's definitely not gonna get you nowhere because I might
Right.
call your manager
Never gets
if you
no
being
love.
like
Right.
that.
Right.
But I'm saying, as far as you doing a service for me,
Right.
I'm making a request and I don't get nothing. What am I tipping you for? If I didn't, can I
I
get
done
some
served your food without dropping it.
Can I get some extra napkins? You know what I'm saying? Can I get clean forks, clean
It's coming.
utensils?
It's coming.
Yeah. I'm like, if you ain't gonna do in a timely fashion, why would I tip you for not doing that?
Right.
Well, I think
You
that's
get a
just
tip,
to
you get
me.
a tip for what all the requests that I'm making. Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? Hey, can you do this? I'm making you go back and forth, and you got other people I feel I got to tip you because I'm making you do a whole lot of extra.
Right. I got you.
But if you ain't gonna do no extra,
Right.
you ain't gonna get no extra.
You gotta earn this. You gotta earn this. As Richard said, I did once say, "What is wrong with you? What's going on?" Yeah, no. I don't know if I've ever reached out like that. I mean, like if you bust out, start crying or something, like you're right. You need to sit down. You need to sip of the drink. You need to
See,
sit.
for me, I recognize that there may have been someone before me
That might have done something.
that just and don't get me wrong, I don't want to be penalized because of the previous customer.
I was just about to say that.
But I'll send a message that I'm not them.
Right.
So
Right.
you have an opportunity to get it right
Right.
with this experience.
Right. Jerry said, "No, I'm hungry. I'm not a therapist."
No, that's right. Yeah, I'm there to make sure that you mentally are capable of serving my table.
Right. So Thomas says, what about someone who is giving others great service, but your service is shady?
I'm
Do
just
you
not
notice
gonna
that?
go back- I'm just not going to go back to that establishment.
Right. If you feel
Well,
like
yeah, I
that,
mean that's I
if you feel like
co-sign
that,
that.
I'm
I'll
100%.
co-sign that, Brian. I'm not gonna go back either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. Yeah. Because when you start feeling like that, you start questioning your food. You start questioning, like, you know what? Yeah.
Oh
might be
yeah,
slowly trying to kill me.
That's
Yeah.
another topic right there, y'all. Let's switch it up. Let's switch it up.
Okay, let's switch it up.
Wow. Do you get into heated discussions with people before you serve your food?
Ooh. Mm.
Do you trust that the people who are
Like when you ain't happy,
If
and
you
just like,
have ever worked in a kitchen, you know you don't have to do anything for
Right.
somebody to mess with your food.
right.
If you have ever
man,
worked in a kitchen.
Yeah.
I be telling my wife that, and
Oh,
she
yeah, you
will
don't get it.
still go off.
Yeah, you don't get it.
Like,
Not
you don't go off before you get your food.
yeah.
You go off after you get your food.
And be careful sending your food back.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. I
That
did
only
that at
works in
Longhorn.
high-end restaurants.
I did that at Longhorn Steakhouse, man. Because well, you don't know, but I'm telling you now. I like my steaks medium.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Little
So
blood in it.
dude came with the steak, and as soon as I cut it open, it was just dark red.
Oh wow.
I'm like, hold on, this is rare. What? Sent it back, came back with the same color, dark red. I said, come on now.
All you did was slap some fire on this and put it
Yeah. So I had to send it back again the third time he came back. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all done wasted a few steaks because it's a different steak every time. They don't like to put the same steak. I said, all right. He came back that third time, dark red.
Wow.
So the manager came out there with him the next time. So it was my waiter and the manager standing side by side looking at me cut open this fourth steak. Hey, but they got it right the fourth time. You know what I'm saying?
That's a cook. That's a cook in the back saying, "I'm not killing this steak. I'm not going to kill this steak." They don't want to see Richard coming for a well done steak.
Right.
Man, I'm like, come
kill
on,
the
man.
cow.
I'm like, the medium is medium. It's light pink on the inside.
Yeah.
Right.
It ain't just dark red blood just gushing. Come on now.
Gushing out.
Vampire meat. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. I'm with you. Like, I don't get into it. You
I
know?
don't like sending food back.
Yeah. I mean, we have like, and then sometimes it's depending attitude of your waitress. If they already funky, you sending it back. You're like, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially when they get into a little debate with you about your food. Well, that's how we do it, sir.
it's not
That's
in
how-
there.
like,
It's not in there.
like
There's nothing
what?
wrong with it.
What?
Right. There's
That's
nothing
how it
wrong
comes prepared.
Mhm.
Like what?
Mm-mm.
Like hold on, baby, hold your tongue, man. Slow down on your tone is very, very unappealing.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I can't do that. I want people messing with my food,
He
man.
said,
See,
oh,
you have to know where you're going,
right.
what type of flexibility there is in the menu,
Right.
right? And I think that if the plates, the higher the cost of the plate, the more flexibility there should be. The
Oh,
lower the
definitely.
cost of the
100%.
plate, you should know what you're getting,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
That's
You're right.
real.
Yeah.
You don't
I
go to IHOP asking for clean silverware.
Oh no, that's a must. If I see
You go
water
off
spots
that.
on myself,
You
well,
still
I'm
wrong,
mad.
bro.
I want to see none but reflection. If I see any water spots, that's a problem.
Well, you're not gonna get that at IHOP.
I'm
You
gonna
better
get
ask
it
for
at
some
my
plastic,
IHOP.
ask for plasticware.
I'm gonna get it at my IHOP.
You go to IHOP and ask for at IHOP you ask for to-go cups,
I do that, yeah.
yeah,
I
and
do that.
plasticware because it comes in plastic, and the to-go cup has not had to be washed.
Wow.
So at IHOP or Waffle House or something like that, can I have a to-go cup even if I'm sitting down to eat? And can I have plasticware?
Yeah. I get my to-go cup too.
Yeah. And if they have paper straws, get a paper straw.
He said my
Especially
son
at
worked-
Waffle House.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-mm. My son worked at a restaurant. I can't even say on here what he did to get even with these bean ladies. Oh Lord, I'll be in Facebook jail with a life sentence.
See? Yeah, be careful. You just got out of jail.
Right. Just got,
Uh,
Jeff is a Facebook ex-con.
right. You're on parole right now. You're on parole. So Pastor, you mentioned probably maybe on camera. We mentioned a little bit. You had an opportunity to either counsel millennial couple, and you said you either learned some things or just some things you realized or you came to some revelation. Jump in there.
No, it was just a conversation, and you really turning the corner on this one. It was a conversation with a young couple that are looking to be married, and they wanted to talk about it.
Right.
And so I'm having a conversation with them and I'm listening to them, and the guy has longevity in marriages on his side of the family.
Okay.
And the young woman has longevity, 50 years with grandparents, 20 something years with parents. And what I thought was remarkable was to hear their naive perspective,
Okay.
but it was naivete, but it was healthy and wholesome at the same time,
Okay.
because they both understand that marriage requires work because they've seen it in grandparents and in parents, because they've seen longevity and every day is not great. But what they both were talking about is how, what I thought was interesting is both of them spoke first to the challenges of marriage.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, wow, listen to these young people talk about the challenges of marriage and understanding the importance of being able to work through the challenges together without making each other the enemy.
Right.
I'm like, somebody put y'all up to saying this stuff to me so that y'all can say all the right things.
All right.
Right? Because they weren't talking about the just the excitement about being a couple. You know how young people, I'm in love, I'm so in love,
Right.
he's great, he's wonderful. Like, oh, that's 6 months in, baby. You know,
Right.
right?
Right.
And marriage is a wonderful thing if you understand the work that comes with it, right? And so to hear them say that caused me to do some research. And so I looked some stuff up, and they're Gen Z, okay, which is, I forgot the age range, but they're in their 20s. And research shows that Generation Z, Gen Z attitude towards dating and sex have evolved from the generations before them, right? So they take this pragmatic approach to relationships today. In other words, marriage is not the priority for Gen Z.
Interesting.
They're almost like the 70s. They're more freewheeling, more open, right?
Right.
They're more self-involved and less concerned with marriage. Gen
Right.
Z, okay? But when you talk about the fundamentals of marriage, what I notice is there's a distinctive difference between children that come from a history of longevity in marriage and
Mhm.
children that come from everything else, the hodgepodge, if you would, right?
Right.
There's a difference in children that are raised, obviously, you know, that with the Christian background accompanying long-standing marriage
Right.
versus those who are, you know, the young people who are in a hurry to be grown
Right. Right.
and they want to be married because they want to
Right.
do all the things that married people do,
Right.
all the good stuff,
Right.
but none of
Right.
the hard stuff.
Not the hard part. Right.
Yeah, the average young person you talk to, like, oh my God, they got so much to learn. So when I heard these young people talking, I was amazed. I'm like, wow, you have a good handle. At least you're going in with your eyes open. So the more I started studying, I was like, man, I'm concerned with the statistics as it relates to marriage for Gen Z.
Okay.
They don't want to get married.
Yeah.
For the most part, they don't want to get married. Not only do they not want to get married, or not only is marriage not I'm not saying they don't want to get married. I'm saying it's just not a priority for them. But people are talking about, oh, I want to be, 30, 40 years old or whatever. I'm like, well, what will you do between now and then? Oh, I'm just going to have some fun. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like that. But when you look at the research does not paint a very positive picture about marriage. So my question is, how many young people do you know that are talking about marriage in the way that we understand it in our 40s and 50s?
Indeed.
There aren't many of them out there like that.
I will say, like, I've worked several different spaces, and with the advent of Facebook, every place I went, friends and friend requests, and you can see what's going on in their life or whatever they post or whatever. I will say, like, yeah, most of them, man, yeah, most of the ladies I had followed, they got married around 28-ish, 30-ish, yeah, like, and they, and some are having their first child, and so it's kind of wild. Like, I believe what you're saying. I don't know the extent of fun that they're having, I don't want to speculate, but they're either on track or they realize, yeah, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
I need somebody permanent in my life, and it's happened. It's happened quite often. I've seen, at least on the lady side, there was a couple of gentlemen, but some were just they were in a relationship and they were together for some years and then they got married, kind of thing. But yeah, I've seen, I'm seeing in my perspective what I see, not research, just my perspective or my timeline. I'll say I've seen more getting married, than not. Like, I don't. I mean, and I guess I don't know if you celebrate them, like if you have a child, it's wedlock is still thing, but if you have a child and you're not married, it's kind of like you probably see pictures like, oh, they got a kid, eventually they're gonna take a Christmas picture first day of school, like, wait a minute, where did baby come from?
So here's the thing, like when you look at the different age groups, baby boomers, millennials, Gen Z, right? Yeah. Gen Z is not prioritizing committed relationships. I mean, the numbers are like, I don't know, just under half.
Yeah.
Like 40% of millennials believe in marriage. Gen Z, it's like 25 or 26%.
Right.
Believe in committed relationship, let alone marriage.
Right.
Right. But the other thing that I found out is baby boomers, those, 60s babies, 47 to 67 or something like that, or 66 or something, has the highest divorce rate. We have the highest divorce rate, baby boomers, right? Millennials come second, but when it comes to marriage, baby boomers lead the charge, millennials come right behind baby boomers, and Gen Z is not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm in Generation X.
What they've seen. Say it again.
I'm in Generation X.
Yeah, I'm X too.
You were a baby boomer. We not baby boomers. Me and AD not baby boomers.
It's gonna make that clear.
No, you're millennials.
No. We Generation X. Yeah, we X.
We X. We the generation that scared everybody. Like, oh my gosh, what is about to happen to this country?
Well, the thing is, baby boomers have messed it up for Gen Z.
Okay,
that's the way I see it. If the highest divorce rate is baby boomers, those are the grandparents today.
That's what they're seeing. Right.
That's what they see.
Right. I'm with you.
Right.
I'm a bagel boomer.
Gen Z is watching their grandparents get divorced.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. The one that you would think has the highest esteem of marriage.
Right. Like, Big Mama single.
Men and Papa are not staying together.
My parents would be baby boomers. Yeah. So you was right there.
Baby boomers ended in the 60s, man.
But you was born in the 60s, wasn't you?
Right. But how your parents were born? Your parents weren't born in the 60s.
Yeah.
59.
Okay.
Right there.
Wow.
Hey, 59 and 49. You know what I mean? 59 and 49.
Right.
So that's the part that I connected. The reason why Gen Z is not prioritizing marriage is because of the example that they've seen in their grandparents and their parents. Right? I know it seems logical, but I don't know if we understand the impact.
Okay.
Right? The impact is horrible because it's the breakdown of the family structure, the family system.
Yeah.
So if you're not coming together in Christ, what are you doing? Relationships are now looked at as partnerships, 50-50.
Right.
Because that's what I heard coming and that was the naivete that I heard from this young couple. I said, no, it's 100 and 100 plus Jesus.
Right.
I looked up, I said, what do your peers say about marriage? And that's what I looked up Gen Z. What are they saying? The numbers didn't work in favor of marriage. Then I asked what Google says about marriage. And then what does God say about marriage?
Right.
And I came out, we know what the Lord says about marriage, but even Google says, if you look up marriage, the fundamentals of marriage, Google includes Christ as the center of your marriage.
Interesting. He said it's actually a disaster. It's a horrible example. Forgive us. Yeah,
we messed it up. I mean, it got, and that's the thing. Like, if baby boomers have messed it up, and I'm not talking about everybody, that left. You said what comes after baby boomers?
Generation X.
I think, yeah.
Generation X was confused. If Generation X is confused, millennials are even more confused. And if millennials are confused, Gen Z don't want any part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think to me I feel like because the grandparents have started divorcing, I think the tough out everything kind of approach, like, staying through like infidelity and staying through certain things, and you get older, you just like I'm sick of this life. Like, I can't listen, this is just not getting better. I'm not happy. Like, I'm done. And if you see, marriages that just aren't happy, like in my core growing up, out of all the couples, maybe two I can say looked like they enjoyed being around each other. That was my uncle and aunt that lived in South Carolina, and my neighbor next door. Like, they actually seemed like a functioning, had a functioning relationship. My parents, they were together, but they never, like I said, never lovey-dovey. It just, they functioned.
Yeah.
Like, he came home, he did his job, he took care of his stuff, she did her thing, they functioned.
Mhm.
I can't say I ever seen, like, for lack of a better word of putting it, love, like affection, between them, like, consistently. There were moments, but consistently, yeah. So it wasn't like made marriage exciting, like, oh, I can't wait to get married.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because when you really see it, you're like, oh man, I need me a boo. I need a relationship.
If you do a search, it says Gen Z prioritizes electronics, technology, health.
Right.
That's what's important to Gen Z.
I
I
get
think
it.
it's amazing because when you sit down, like we've had social activities, and you sit down at a table at dinner, and I have to tell people to put their phones away.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Right? Would you all please set your phones down on the table, face down,
Right.
because you came to dinner with this group. You didn't come to dinner with the person on the phone
Right.
or with the
But I
app.
tell my kids that at home.
Yeah.
Like I saw my daughter the other day. Now I wasn't even at the table with her. I saw my daughter today, and she talking on the phone while she eating. And I leaned over. I said, "I know you ain't in there on that phone, girl. Oh, I'm about to put it up. I'm about to put it up. Like, no, you gonna eat your dinner. You not gonna be on here." So, and all I heard was, "What you eating?" I know you ain't on that phone, girl. Put that phone
But
up.
but if you, like, your daughter was on the phone, right? Think about, like, let's think in their terms, right? We like to hang out. We're communal people. We like to be around our folks. Think about now, like, I get on FaceTime, I'm literally having a virtual dinner with
Face
whoever.
to face.
Yeah, just like,
Yeah,
hey.
but that's a planned thing.
No,
right?
I know what you're saying, but like, you ever go someplace, you're like, man, I wish my homeboy was here. Like, but now it's like,
Listen,
literally,
okay, so
this
here's
is
the
crazy
thing.
here.
Number one, I'm too old for that.
Listen, I agree.
Seriously,
It's a different thing.
I'm talking to my daughter, and I see AirPods in her ears.
Yes.
I've learned to ask my children, "Hey, are you on the phone?" before I start asking them something. "Hey, are you on the phone?" Because they'll have a conversation with you, with the conversation going on
Right.
in their ears, or they'll take one out
Right.
and be talking to you, and someone is still talking. The person on the phone doesn't realize you're talking also.
Right.
So nothing's being heard
Right.
on either side. So I like it. To me, it's so disrespectful, but it is so today.
Yeah.
Right. And so now I have to be conscious of that. And I'm like, hey, you on the phone? Okay. Can you get off the phone for a second?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I can't. I can't.
yeah. I mean, because then I probably talked to my wife about this. Think about how we came from the generation of the long phone cords that we used to take traveling to the room or travel around the house and be on the phone, right? Just and can we keep 100 talking about nothing?
Yeah.
Nothing of substance.
I don't know what
But
you
you
talking
also
about. I
had
was
someone
talking
get on
about
the phone and be
something.
like,
I don't know who you were talking
this is
to.
what you did.
Nothing.
Hey, how you
I
doing?
was talking about some
How you
shoot.
doing? Yeah. What color is your dog?
I was talking
Okay,
about
so
some.
But wait, and then, but see, when we were growing up, you'd get this. Do, 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 do. Who on my phone? Get off the phone.
get off the
Yeah,
phone.
I was
Right, there you go.
definitely
We had the 50-footer, right?
Nah, hey, but you getting that? I had the rotary.
Oh,
I had to wait on it to stop.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone. Yeah, she standing. Yeah, I'm on
don't
the
get the
phone.
number wrong. Oh, dang, I gotta start again.
No, but what he's saying
I'm
is,
on the
in
phone.
this house, somebody would pick up the phone and go to rotary dial it and not check to see if the phone is available.
Yeah,
And so you can't even tell them that you're on the phone because you gotta wait for the
I gotta wait.
Gotta wait.
yeah.
Are you talking like, hold on? My
And
mama
then
trying
they're
to dial,
mad because they did all that rotary dialing
and you on the phone.
and it didn't work.
Yes, yes.
But so think about that. So now, like, you stay connected with someone for hours, you know.
Yeah, but my point, AD, is
No, I got you.
back then they say hang up the phone.
Right.
I'll call you back.
Right.
Right. Nowadays, it takes 5 minutes for young people to get off the phone.
Right.
When you say hang up the phone.
Yep.
Oh, I know it take mine. And I be mad about that too. When I say
Right.
get off the phone, I mean get off the phone now.
And that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But think about this. So think about this. I'm not asking Gen Z to run out and get married. I'm asking, what do you think about marriage?
Right. 100%.
And studies show that 75% of Gen Z aren't thinking about marriage. So what does that look like in 30 years? If 75% of Gen Z does not prioritize one-on-one monogamy,
Oh man.
what does that look like in 30 years? Cordless phones got interference with other
I
people.
remember
Oh
that.
yeah, party
I remember
line.
that. Being
Party
in an apartment
line.
complex or something, you always get somebody else's call.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Back in the
man.
80s, you just sat on the phone like, wait, hold on, just listen.
Right. I did do that too. Hit the mute.
Yeah, is it anybody we know? You said hit the mute. Look, you said hit mute.
Hit the mute. Hit the mute button.
Mute came with cordless phones.
It did. It sure did.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it'll go away. I think people are just gonna marry older. You know, like for eons, marriage was a young thing. You know, it was in our culture to press it. You have a young lady, oh man, I'm preparing you to be a wife and a mother. Like,
Because you want them to build a life together.
yeah, you did. But I think now the idea is build that life and then get somebody to join in with you.
Yeah, but see, by then you're looking for a partner,
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
right?
That's what it is. 100%.
Yeah, and when you're growing together, that's a mate.
Yeah. Mm.
And I tell I'm a father of 4 daughters. I
Right.
tell my daughters, get your act together. Make sure you're bringing wholeness to the table. In 30 years, that's just my big right.
Oh, that's today.
That's today too, and that was also 20 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just wondering, how does that make you feel? If that's what the 20-year-olds are saying today,
Yeah.
what does that look like in 30 years?
Right.
I don't know if that's, I'm not going to say it's negative or anything like that.
No,
but
I
I'm just
get
curious
what you're saying. I get
what it looks like.
and I mean Jeff, yeah, you ask a real question. I think Brad's getting at what are they doing in the meantime?
Right.
What are you doing? You know,
They on some Nick Cannon stuff.
ooh. not the Nick Cannon.
I mean, that's extreme. I'm just
No, I
saying.
got it. If they are waiting so long, maybe. If they're waiting, maybe. Is it possible? Could be.
Man,
And listen, the older you get, the older
this
you get,
generation,
single,
this generation Z, man, is has no fear when it comes to exploiting their bodies, sexual
right.
escapades, and going through it. And I'm not mad at them, but like you say about as far as the marriage part, I think it's just so much information and technology that they just have so much to experience, and imaginations is going so wild. Like they see stuff they never would have saw before, and they be like, "I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that." You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
they got no fear now. Like literally no fear.
Families. Ooh, coin that one. Metaverse families.
Yeah.
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep right there. That's deep.
But that's why I love having these conversations.
Yeah.
I love hearing what they're saying. And that's why
Right.
we have to communicate with them so
Definitely.
that we can broaden their mind, get them
Right.
not back to something,
Right.
but forward to something that has positive longevity.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fun.
Because say it again.
I said, go ahead, finish your thought, then I'll jump in.
Yeah, that is the thought. That the reality is we were designed for that.
Yeah.
Right? Be fruitful and multiply, but not as gunslingers.
Right. Right.
And that's what we have now. We have male and female gunslingers today.
Yeah, I talked to
you can't
that
tell
one.
the difference. In a lot of cases, you can't tell the difference in the mindset between the men or the women.
Because I had never heard of polyamorous.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, oh, you don't like me. It's not men or women. You just like
whatever
bodies.
you like.
Yeah, you like bodies. Oh, you got a good body.
I thought polyamorous was like, well, I don't know, not subject to guy, but guys like with multiple women, like in a relationship. I thought that's what that was. Polyamorous.
Well, you can Google
I could be wrong.
I think that's
what
what anybody, guy or girl, in multiple relationships.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It's all about it's all of us in a mix.
Yeah,
you're right.
like,
It's what you're saying and what I'm saying.
Yeah, what they're saying is there's no rules. There's no.
Yeah. I like bodies. You know what I'm saying? I like your body.
And I say, when it comes to relationships, stop creating words.
Hold on, please. Yes.
I had never heard of it. Like I said, I never heard of it. But they promoted it. They pushed it. I'm pretty sure it's in Webster's dictionary. You know what I'm saying?
It's on Google. It's in Webster.
So they never heard of it until recently. Like at least in the last 2-3 years, I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? At least. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, these young folks nowadays, they just. I mean, it probably was like that back in the day, but it's just so much technology and social media that's just pushing it real hard.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The dangers of equal ground.
Right.
Everybody looking the same.
Yeah.
Indeed. And nobody has a real role anymore. This is what we end up with. Right?
Indeed.
That's real talk, man. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. The older you get, and this is even for Gen Z, and y'all know this because your parents told you. My parents told me, I should have listened. Boy, if I could just let my mom like, can we get to the dad joke?
All right.
I know, right? Because they none of this funny on the freestyle.
I can tell these little jokes. I tell you, go ahead on. It's 10 o'clock. Should have started at 9:59, but it's 10 o'clock.
While he's getting ready, preparing his set, we appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us this week. Stay connected. Text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. And we appreciate all your support, all that you do with the Brothers of Legacy.
988 for those that have mental health issues or
There you
somebody
go.
that's going through it. Yeah.
There you go.
Sharing is caring. Let's get all of it out before he start these dad jokes. Sharing is caring. We just want y'all to make sure that y'all say BOL hashtag BOL if you're trying to contribute some money, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, whatever you need to do.
There you go. There you go.
We're gonna have merchandise coming out soon in 2023.
Yes.
So
Yes,
if you
indeed.
want a BOL shirt, coffee cup, mug, thermos, whatever, just put it in the chat.
I like
Anything else I can do? BOL might be
Jeff
sponsoring tennis shoes too in a little bit. So I'm trying to get everything in
Jeff
before he
is eating
start
you up
these
with
bad jokes.
$1,500, man. 933 if you need to borrow $1,500.
Jeff. Jeff just
Hey,
go-
you ain't right. You ain't right. You ain't right. Yeah. You should have stayed on Brian. You ain't right.
How many telemarketers does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
Only one, but he has to do it while you're eating dinner.
That's bad. That was real bad. That was
Yeah. Let's move on. Next
You
one.
know, people say they pick their nose, but I feel like I was just born with mine.
Next.
Why can't a leopard hide?
why?
Because he's always spotted.
Mama Corey, you asked for this. Next.
Look, my granny reached 100 yesterday. That's the last time I'm getting in the car with her heading to bingo.
You see what you done created, Mama Corey?
Hey, Dad, I don't trust those trees over there. Why not? Oh, they're a little shady. I try not to laugh at my own jokes.
Laughing.
I try not to laugh at my own jokes, but y'all know I'm hilarious.
Oh my God. Don't laugh at that, Kim. Why is you laughing? This is not funny.
Dad, did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut.
Wow.
What does a house wear? A dress?
Yeah, you got one more, man. You got one more.
I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
All right. Last one.
Yeah.
Then we out.
No,
Okay.
that was
Okay,
it.
knock,
That
knock.
was it.
Not
Who's there?
orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad this is the last joke?
It's the last right. This is getting you right. Right. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Appreciate you guys for being there. Thanks for supporting. All right.
What do you get when you mix
Oh,
a car, a
Jesus.
fly, and a pet? What do you get when you mix a car, a fly, and a pet?
What's that?
A flying carpet.